concept always starts with an idea.
Knockout. Is he a scratched?
For me, I lay in the shadow of a mastermind. Not particularly him, but him. A Prestige 100 Myers equipped with the most ridiculous perks I'd ever seen. Along with unpopular add-ons, he absolutely slaughtered us. And I had no idea how. So I decided to run his exact same build in order to try to surgically dismantle him.
The premise of this build is to regress by slugging and bleeding out. You use knockout so that survivors don't get picked up for a long time, and you transfer your TRTS over to the obsession. You make it a little bit harder with hysteria by constantly applying waves of the obliviousness stas effect. In essence, by using the Vandy 2 mirror to see survivors through the walls. The basis behind this build have all the benefits of scratched mirror whilst negating the negatives. Tier 2 is like normal movement speed Myers.
And after a careful analysis, it was time to finally try it out.
We faced a Michael Myers that was P100 on Larry's. It was a very, very intense build to face against. He did a similar thing that people do to force hesitation where they slug people. Oh shoot. The whole premise of this P100 Michael Myers build is to use something called Vandy Mirror. Similar to Scratched Mirror, except that you're in tier 2 instead of tier 1. Let's get it. All we gotta do is tier up. I mean, we could initiate. A little bit more. Okay, so that's a tier 2. Now, with tier 2, we can see people through walls. Ideally, we sneak up on a survivor.
And with experimentation came a couple problems.
He's at a pallet. Oh my god.
I missed and was thrown into the deep end.
How are these?
This Jake knew I was coming. That was because, unlike tier 1, tier 2 actually has a TRTS.
Now, with Hysteria, Jake is oblivious for 30 seconds. If we hit the obsession, we can also transfer our TRTS to him.
Which probably would have been ideal at the start if I knew how this build worked in the first place.
Fly Hysteria.
A lot of this would be learning on the fly and trying to make everything work from the ground up.
Alright, another Hysteria. Live. Okay. Now, this is the gen slowdown part of the build, I guess?
Which was a combination of my presumed knockout, hysteria, and jolt.
Where if we down close to a Jenny, it's like an 8% regression on all of them within like a 24-meter radius, I think.
A method to turn their own teammates into liabilities.
Is the obsession. So we want to hit the obsession so we could transfer our TRTS. And essentially, at that point, we have Scratched Mirror now. With the tier 2 Michael Myers movement speed. He's playing around knockout by using plot twist.
Why? For the first time in the game, I'd built up a decent amount of pressure. In that respect, maintaining it was a different story.
There we go. So this guy picked him up. So he's going to know where we downed the other guy. If we want to have an essence of saving time, we should probably down this guy.
Oh, call an ambulance! But not for me!
So we can maximize the downtime. OP build. These two were together. Come on. I just kind of want to transfer over the TRTS onto him. But I think getting the down would be like the cherry on top. Oh my god. This fucking guy. This guy.
Plot twist to counter my jolt.
Do you see?
And knockout once again.
I didn't have to deal with this. He didn't have to deal with this in my game. There's no way. Dude, the survivors are so smart. What the hell?
It was safe to assume they probably knew what I was doing. Now, whether they were swift or not would only hurt our chances. The most I could do was to make the best out of a terrible
rip.
situation. Keep pushing forward.
Yeah. So you can... So knockout only goes into effect if the killer uses a basic attack on you. If you use plot twist and bring yourself to the ground, then there's no dice. We're gonna go for the Vandy mirror and just kill the obsession.
It was obvious the obsession knew my entire build. But this time, belly flopping wouldn't do as much, as he was the only survivor on Death Hook.
No one over here. Okay, let's go. That's a Jake. I'm not really even sure how often the other guy's build worked. This seems really hard. Also, I have like zero info on where these guys have been. Unless he's in a locker.
Hiding in the corner of the map, or both injured players. And my only out, really being killing Nicolas Cage. This is where I truly understood the strength of Vanity Mirror. We could outplay any survivor we wanted almost perfectly.
Yeah, kill this guy.
And with one survivor out of the way, my only fear being the last generator would pop. This one was almost completed.
Okay, that's fine. This is the only gen that's progressed so far.
Gabriel was trying to lead me away. It was likely one of his teammates was nearby.
This guy has distortion. How come all these guys... unless I just didn't see him.
Most of my slowdown relied on Jolt and Knockout. This survival strategy of just running away from the generators kinda had my hands tied, because I wanted to get kills, but I couldn't. I wanted to get downs, but I couldn't. The only real viable solution in this scenario kinda seemed like just defending the generators.
Okay, we're good. Now, these two gens are the only ones that they're working on. This one was on 99. We have to be careful of this, though. Holding this down takes priority. Now with the hysteria, obliviousness, they're afraid of going to the generators because they don't know when I'm coming. But let's go hunt. So regressing. Yeah, so I guess that's the reason for hysteria. Oh, rip.
With the last generator completed, I felt it was time to do a little bit of self-reflection.
I think we could have played that better. But I also didn't expect the guy to use plot twist to deny the dark devotion. I mean, the knockout. Denied Jolt too? Yeah. That hurts this build. Like so hard. This is a P100 Myers build. There's no way. Everything's intentional. Obviously hooking and killing the obsession there was the right play. Anytime there's a survivor in the lobby that can deny your build, you gotta make sure they die, right? So they go into a locker to deny a knockout, or they go plot twist to deny a knockout. But like if multiple people do it, you're kind of screwed, right? That's why doing sneak attacks is a play here. You don't have time to plot or get in a locker. Yeah, but the thing is that these guys, the way the survivors were running were really smart. They were camping the pallets. So like even if we snuck up on them, they just drop, right? And that happened for the first 3 to 4 chases in the match. I was trying to go for sneak attacks. The fact that we couldn't transfer the Terradius, or that we still had a Terradius, hurt a lot. I feel like I could have won that match if I defended the generators harder though at the end there. But the survivors that we got, like, they played that very properly. Killing the obsession negates the dark devotion. Yeah, but that's not the crux of the build. The crux is the knockout. If the obsession is using plot twist, he can just pick himself up and go to full health, right? So like killing him is a necessity. Out of the question that we leave him alive, because he's single-handedly negating half the perks that we're using at that point, right? The dark devotion and the jolt. Anybody, we're gonna do it again. Try Sloppy Butcher for Chase. I'm not going to change his build. I know less than the Myers who made it, and I should use it the way it was meant to be used. So this guy, he built like this marble sculpture, right? And he chiseled it. He probably has went through a lot of renditions to try to make it work. Now, I don't want to change anything about it because the issue is not the build, the issue is me. That's the thing. I just don't know enough. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again.
Application. Built on the previous Tower of Knowledge, I decided it was important to play my early game a little bit differently.
Oh, there we go. Get the Hysteria stack. Now, I guess, first priority. Tier up, so we get the movement speed. That is top priority. Maybe there's something we're supposed to do while in tier 1 since we have no Terradius. Maybe we could sneak up on somebody. Is that right? Oh. Okay. I'll take that. You know what? That's I'll take that.
The best start that we could ever ask for. And a little bit more time to think things through.
Maybe tier up on the obsession and instantly transfer away. Yeah, that might be the play. So my early game was probably really bad. The better play is probably find the obsession, transfer the Terradius, and yeah, try our best. All right, so we tiered up though. We shouldn't delay a tier up if we have it. Oh. Ah, that was my mistake. That was my fault.
If there's one thing I know about pallets, they'll absolutely destroy us if they're still in play. So taking this chase to get rid of a couple of the most valuable ones is something I'll gladly exchange for a little bit of pressure.
Ugh. Yeah, I might pay the price for that mistake. We were supposed to down him there, but yeah. Here's the obsession. Transfer the Terradius,
Which allowed me to finally become capable of sneaking up on survivors.
nice. And then since we don't have a Terradius, he over looped that area.
I was fortunate enough to receive yet another strong pallet.
We dropped 3 God pallets already. I'll take that. God pallets as in ones that we cannot not kick.
And with my plan all set in motion, it was time to flip this match on its head. I needed to start tipping the scales in my favor.
Ah, dead hard. At least these guys haven't been popping the generators so fast this time around.
Speaking of the devil,
He says. Yeah, so we've had to kick 3 of the best pallets in the map. We should be able to do just fine here now. Right, and then Nia gets to keep the terror radius. We need to be very careful. What he did is he did not camp the bodies, I assume, because knockout.
As a composition of Hysteria, Dark Devotion, and Knockout, this build relied on information denial. Every survivor we hit is oblivious. No one can see where the survivors are when they're down, and any generators within a 32-meter radius explode from jolts. To maximize the potential of all the cards that had been dealt, slugging was the play.
Here. Nice. Just trying to deny the knockout. We got 2 on the ground, and we're slowly building pressure. The ace is probably gonna be able to pick up 1 of them, but I want to just go for the guaranteed down here. Go.
I've been trying to strike a careful balance of downing survivors and chasing. Overcommit and all the generators get done. Undercommit and we'd kill nobody. If this was truly a build this Prestige 100 Myers mained, I applaud him because I'd been on the edge of my seat throughout this entire match.
One over here. Yeah, they're doing a reset. That's okay. Pick up. This is good. Even if he picks up. There you go. Last God pallet on the map. It's Nia. No, I messed up.
And that delicate balance I'd been trying so hard to preserve was slowly slipping out of my fingertips. Survivors were getting picked up, and I was struggling to down them. I needed to look for another way out.
That's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal. This is not worth. We should have dropped this chase. I think we should have defended this slug there.
For something I once thought opposite before, I had some regret.
They hear the Terradius. Get live. Okay, good. I think we heard a Nia scream, didn't we? Did we start hooking somebody? The ace. Another jolt. We hooked the ace because he's the one that we hooked earlier. He's the play to try to get the kill early, so it's more manageable as a 3v1. But yeah. There we go. And that's the Dark Devotion, which means we have no Terradius, so that means we could creep up and probably go for number 2. That's the best play.
And now I had an attainable goal to kill Ace and alleviate some pressure. If I took things one step at a time, eventually everything would become more manageable, right?
So now we're preoccupying 2 players. The Gabriel, who's trying to do a body block, and then the Ace. Gabriel's on a gen. Oh my god. Dude. They're all picked up. We gotta play slow down. Overcommitting is bad. We need to get people on the ground so that we can control the perimeter. Getting the down and ace is comfy, but I think just going for the win here is way better. One of them didn't use plot twist, did they? Hope not. They did.
Oh.
Okay. This ace is dead. Now, with the two people on the ground, we'll be playing a 3v1. Last gen left, but the knockout's probably going to keep us in check. Dude, this is a nice build. I don't think he'll be that good against a Swift, but against like typical solos, it's like interesting.
Everything was coming together, and with our first kill on the board, it was time to rely on Vanity Mirror to pick up all the stragglers.
No. Okay, this was the mistake that I made last time. I overcommitted to the generator. I guess my issue now is being able to find people with the reading here. Mess with the CoconutRTS. Go after Gabriel. So now, since Dark Devotion's activated, he does not know we're right on top of him. That's pretty sweet. Now, with the Nia having the terrors blaring in her ears, he doesn't know that we're coming. Overcommitting is a death sentence. So let's not do that. Dead. Woo! Now, I don't know if this build's a gimmicky one, or if this is an actual good build. Because the bleed out aspect is kind of sweaty. But, I mean, let's be real here. This is a Dark Devotion build.
With half the team out of the match and one generator left, it was almost certain we'd at least get one more.
How do you bleed out instantly? His timer was at 1%, I think. Yeah. Stop. And then since we have Vanity Mirror, oh, he turned into a bot. We can just hunt the Nia. I don't think I played that perfectly. If I got better at this build, it would probably be like a really, really good. All the parts together. At the start, you have to find the obsession, transfer the CoconutRTS onto the obsession. If possible, get it down. Try to tier up on the obsession, I guess, is the thing you want to do. And then with 0 CoconutRTS, try to sneak attack the other survivors, almost like you have scratched Mira instead of Vanity. Injure people like crazy to try to activate Jolt and initiate Knockout. With Knockout and Hysteria, you deny pickups for a long time, and it goes hard. GG's, what plays?
A design inspired by someone else's creation. An ambiguous way to play, an unorthodox set of perks and add-ons. And to figure out the inner workings of such a complex build was a joy. It's quite difficult. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.